What if I told you only about 1% of the population is even aware of what's going on when it comes to, Russia, the EU, the US? We are literally witnessing the acceleration of the new system, and we are going to be addressing it. Welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. And also, if you guys are not in the free Discord, there's over 6,000 plus members in that Discord. It is the #1 crypto Discord. I put everything on that. You guys need to join it now. There's going to be a link down in the description below. And with that being said, let's dive on in. So back in July, we got a big announcement regarding the Bank of International Settlements. The BIS put out a full report on this. This is regarding the Basel Committee's framework. This is a global banking standard setter approved disclosure framework for crypto exposures. Now, this is in line with the BIS. This is a major framework, and it is regarding exposure to crypto. And what exactly is happening here? Well, it is all a part of the BIS's plan to roll out a completely new financial system. This has been outlined, and it's been named the Finternet, or if you guys are more aware of, the Internet of Value, which Ripple did coin that term back in, I want to say like 2016, roughly. But what's funny about this is we also just recently got this announcement. This is going back roughly a week ago. US could classify cryptocurrencies as money in upcoming regulatory changes. And we have the key takeaways here. The US Treasury and Fed are considering revising the Bank Secrecy Act to possibly categorize crypto as money. Regulatory bodies in the US are moving towards treating crypto like traditional money for regulatory reporting. They expect to complete the rulemaking process for this new classification by September of 2025. You know what's funny about this? By the end of 2025, the FSB, which did get their orders from the G20, with the BIS, with the IMF, is working on a global harmonized regulatory framework for crypto. By the end of 2025, they have predicted that we should have regulatory clarity for crypto. Now we also have this rulemaking process being classified by September 2025. Everything seems as though it's aligning for the end of 2025. And keep that in mind because we're going to come back to it. But all of this is regarding adding crypto to the balance sheets as well. Crypto is the key around everything. I've talked about it on multiple occasions. Crypto is the key to the new financial system, even AI as well. AI needs blockchain. So it's all a part of the same push towards a new system. And even over here, we have confirmation from the Central Bank of Canada indicates that the switch refers to the activation of blockchain technology. Big shout to Smoke Dog for this. We have Caroline Wilkins, the Deputy Governor of the Bank of Canada, explains that the financial technology currently used by financial institutions may not function as well in the future, which will encourage the switch to blockchain. In her words, things may start to go wrong. This suggests that a failure within the current financial system could be on the horizon, potentially accelerating blockchain adoption. David Schwartz, the CTO of Ripple, also confirmed that a lack of confidence among banks is a primary factor in flipping the switch to cryptocurrency-based transactions such as XRP. Yes, the switch is real. And check this out. Here we have second, and this is the big one. Blockchain raises existential questions for central banks. How do they perform their role effectively in a global market which is governed by one or more cryptocurrencies outside their control? After all, monetary policy is a key lever in a central banker's toolbox to manage the economy, particularly in times of crisis. What happens when the currency is not issued by a government but exists globally as part of a distributed network? And here we actually have central bankers everywhere are exploring these questions. The Deputy Governor of the Bank of Canada and a central banking veteran told us, "We are confident in our paradigm right now, but we understand many paradigms have a shelf life. They are going to work well for a number of years, and then things are going to start to go wrong. You can fix it with a margin or at the margin first, but eventually you just need to switch to something else." She believes the blockchain could be that something else. It's hard not to be fascinated by something so transformative. This technology is being used in ways that have implications for central banking that span all the functions that we have. And yes, this is a big deal. And over here we have from David Schwartz, even if it is 2017, because I know that that's going to be something that gets brought up, It's still crucial to know today. The main limiting factor right now is everyone having enough confidence that the system is going to work correctly, that they're willing to flip the switch and let it make large, irreversible payments without intervention. And listen, as we really look at what's going on here, every single major organization around our monetary system is looking at DLT and blockchain. And for everyone out there saying like, oh, well, they're going to be utilizing private technology, guys, they are embracing public technology as well. In fact, they want to work with both sides of the space. And it's all about that private-public collaboration. They are collaborating on this new financial system. Public chains will be tapped in. I've said it 100 times over in the past as well. Even if it is private technology, it still needs something to bridge the gap because it is a walled garden. So it doesn't fix anything. Public chains is where all the value is. Private chains don't matter at all. CBDCs issued out on a private chain. Guess what? CBDCs issued out on a private chain. They still need that bridge currency. They still need that decentralized bridge currency at the center point. All of this is highlighting the move towards a blockchain-based digital financial system. Over here, we have from Augustin Carson's general manager at the BIS, issued a statement at the 2023 G20 Tech Sprint in collaboration with RBI. Some key takeaways. New technologies can address problems facing the financial sector. The BIS key priority, strengthening cross-border payments in emerging countries. Many multilateral payments platforms are currently under development and show enormous potential. Multilateral platforms should take into consideration the types of blockchains being used, interoperability, APIs, embedded supervision, privacy, and cybersecurity. We will learn from the results of this year's G20 Tech Sprint very shortly. And big shout out to Subjective Views for this. The audio in this video is a little bit rough, but again, listen closely to what the plan is here. I know that this video is a little bit longer, but all the information in this video is crucial.
Of the G20 this year, you have successfully pursued a bold agenda with sustainable and inclusive growth at its core. The BIS is honored to have supported your efforts. It is my great pleasure to join you for the grand finale of the 2023 G20 Tech Sprint. Since its launch in 2020, the Tech Sprint has served as a premier global hackathon and a platform for responsible financial innovation. We at the BIS have co-hosted the Tech Sprint with the G20 presidency every year since 2020. And we are delighted to co-host this year's edition with the Reserve Bank of India. The G20 Tech Sprint has provided a stage for innovators from around the world to demonstrate how new technologies can address some of the most important problems facing the financial sector. Their solutions have inspired us all. And I am sure that this year's finalists will do the same. The 2023 Tech Sprint addresses on a key G20 priority, strengthening cross-border payments. Too often, these payments are slow, opaque, and expensive. That is why the G20 has been working hard on this issue through the G20 roadmap for enhancing cross-border payments. It is fitting that this work has been at the core of India's G20 presidency. After all, India has been a pioneer in delivering fast, secure, affordable, and inclusive domestic payments, most notably through the Unified Payments Interface Platform, or UPI, and the broader India Stack ecosystem. And it has built on this success to tackle the more complex task of cross-border payments, including by linking UPI with the Pay Now system in Singapore. Through our Innovation Hub, the BIS has also promoted the use of new technology to address key pain points in cross-border payments. Project Nexus in our Singapore center has created a gateway to link domestic fast payments around the world at scale. We are now partnering with central banks in Indonesia, Malaysia, the Philippines, Singapore, and Thailand to use the Nexus model to enhance payments connectivity throughout the region. Project Icebreaker in our Nordic center has used similar technology to connect prototype retail center bank digital currencies across jurisdictions. And through Project Enbridge, Dunbar, and Jura, we have shown how multiple CBDC arrangements can deliver cross-border payments that settle quickly, cheaply, and with greater transparency than existing methods. There are many multilateral payments platforms under development, and they show enormous promise in addressing the problems of cross-border payments. But much work needs to be done on their design and development. Let me mention some priority areas. First, multilateral platforms must promote financial integrity. They cannot serve as vehicles for money laundering, terrorist financing, or sanctions evasion. And they must prevent these activities while imposing the lowest possible regulatory burden on participants. Second, multilateral platforms should enable settlement using a broad range of currencies, including those of emerging market and developing economies. In today's system, cross-border settlement in such currencies is difficult and expensive because of forex exposure and liquidity risks. Finally, multilateral platforms should create opportunities for the development of new payment services. Building technology solutions around interoperability across platforms and types of blockchain, APIs, embedded supervision, privacy, and cybersecurity are all promising additions to multilateral platforms that demand further exploration. These three key priorities are especially reflected in the problem statements of this year's tech sprint. The participants have worked hard to develop innovative solutions to address them. We will shortly see the teams who have developed the most exciting proposals. I would like to thank all participants for their dedication, perseverance, and I might add, the sleepless nights they experienced in fostering their ideas and developing solutions that could reshape the cross-border payments landscape.
There you guys have it. And again, I understand that a lot of people are probably like, all right, well, this means nothing. There's nothing really kind of tied to this. Remember what the whole view of the BIS really is. They are ushering in that new financial system, the Internet of Value, the Finternet. And it is all based on solving cross-border payments. They are working with Ripple. We know that that's confirmed. We know that they are also working with Quant Network, aka, QNT. That's confirmed as well. Listen, specific players from this space are being tapped in, but this is all accelerating the new financial system. What's even crazier about all of this is Russia, right? Big shout to Smoke Dog. Just recently, Russia announced their plans to issue fully live CBDC for consumers and businesses in 2025. Remember, the focus here is 2025. Everything is 2025 or even 2026, but this framework is 2026. Over here, this is September 2025. The FSB is 2025. Russia is 2025. And here we actually have the Russia plans to issue a fully live CBDC for consumers and businesses in 2025. And over here we have the irony of Russia's pro-crypto bill. The lawmakers last night approved a new law permitting the use of cryptocurrency for international payments. Reuters reports that the law is expected to take place in September and that the first crypto transactions could take place before the year's end. A double irony is that the saving grace for US is probably faster crypto adoption, particularly embracing USD stablecoins. And there you have it, right? All of this is going to accelerate everything. Everything is going to accelerate from this point on. In fact, if we even go over here, we have from the ECB, the European Central Bank, second group of participants chosen to test DLT for settlement in central bank money. This got posted back in June 21st, 2024. In fact, it is actually collaboration with the private and the public sector all around CBDC settlement. But also 3 days after, the ECB publishes the first progress report on digital euro preparation phase. ECB designing high privacy standards to make online and offline digital payments as close as possible to cash transactions. They started to work on designing methodology for calibrating digital euro holding limits. They continue to provide technical input to legislative discussions with European co-legislators. Again, the ECB is preparing for a digital euro. Russia is preparing for a CBDC. 93% of central banks, I think at this point it's probably like 95% or more, are preparing for CBDCs. What do you think the US is going to do? And remember what a CBDC is. It is a stablecoin issued by a government. And if we go back over here, the saving grace for the US is probably faster crypto adoption, particularly embracing a USD stablecoin. Oh, a USD stablecoin. You mean a USD CBDC, because that's exactly what it is. It's going to be issued out by the government. We're also going to have, private sector stablecoins like RLUSD from Ripple. But at the end of the day, this is only going to accelerate everything as Russia is pushing forward, as the ECB is pushing forward. All of these central banks are pushing forward. It's to support the overall view of the BIS. The BIS's plan is being fully supported. It has been being supported. Even this year, we've seen so many big announcements by the BIS. They continue to push the new financial system onto us. and it's only going to continue to accelerate from here on out. I'm telling you guys, once Russia goes live with this, which it's expected to around roughly September, and I'm talking more so about the crypto international payments. Once this goes live, the game is on. Everything is going to move so fast after that in the US. I personally believe that by the end of this year, we could technically have stablecoin legislation finally live in the US. And I know that that sounds crazy to hear, but I do believe that we are going to start to move very fast to line up with everything that we've been seeing from Russia, from the ECB, and beyond. So as we really look at what's going on here, yeah, this is an accelerant. Things are moving fast. Focus on the big picture here. Everything is aligning for around roughly the end of this year into 2025. 2026 is also a big focus for me as well. So the next 2 years are going to be an absolute game changer for not only crypto adoption, but also regulation. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, to notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.